Back at it, b-ball fans. Although you may think it's over, although you may think the regular season is done, we've completed all that we need to complete in the regular season by crowning ourselves Cactus Division champs. Still, I'm the Tom Thibodeau of the league. I'm the taskmaster. There's still something to be done here in the regular season. Actually, there's not. I am wrong. We have a 4-game lead on the Sneakers. We already beat, so we win the tiebreaker regardless if we were to lose the next 4 and they were to win the next 4. So we have actually secured the first seed. My bad. There's nothing left to do. I still want to be Tom Thibodeau, though. As we have 4-game lead, 4 games left. Beginning with the Jammers, who we want to crush and keep them out of the playoffs, bring them down to 8-7. So we have to go to their place now. So let's get going with Game 15 after a big whitewash in Game 14 against the Gym Rats. So get the old starting lineup out again. Get Jacinto Smith off and running. Remember, they have Pablo Sanchez. Mighty Golduck, there he is. And going to skip the intros once again. They're not unstoppable. I remember Jacinto Smith. Was it Jacinta? I forgot who it was exactly. It's either Jacinta. No, it was Stephanie doing the Monster Jam 36-34 win against them last time. They got a pretty balanced scoring attack. We have an averagely balanced scoring attack. Stretch at center. Big-haired. Big brains. And that's a steal right away by Jock. I don't know. I used to call her Jock. Wouldn't know where that originated from. I was getting a little bit more comfortable with my 3-point J in the previous game. Get it back to Jacinta. Do a little give-and-go action. She's going to take it to the hoop. Fading away. Puts it up, and that's 2 for us. So I kind of like the Jammers colors. They're more of a college team colors. It's kind of like a LA Clippers, actually, if you look at it, which is kind of interesting. And that looked like I was going to get 2 points for stretch there, and they're really going. Look at that sleek Cobra up there. And what's cool about this arena, I don't think we've played here yet this season. Most teams in the Cactus League don't have this court, although for some reason Jammers are playing here as their home court. And that's another foul on us. 2 fouls in the early going here in the first quarter. That's not good for us trying to stay out of the bonus and keep our stud players out of foul trouble, at least. That was an idiotic pass there you made, Jacinta. Just saying. Just going to be blunt with you today. And that is a frustration foul by Pablo Sanchez. You always see the foul after the steal. Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm going to try to work it to the hole a little bit. Jacinta trying to get 6 points for her. She doesn't even draw iron there. Trying to get a steal on the back. Get Vicky in front. She's got the pick. I'm tempted to go to stretch, but I'm not going to. Vicky lays it in. But the cool thing I was getting to it about Dobbaguchi Arena, I believe, or court, whatever it's called. We all know it's a court in the end. They haven't been on this side of the basketball court yet today. And that's a pretty nice house I've ever seen. I don't think it's a townhome or a condominium. I'm pretty sure that is a one-body house right there, and that's a nice assist by Stretch. He's got 3 dimes, but Dobbaguchi Arena, if you look at the name, Ronnie Dobbs and then Kenny Kawaguchi, Vicky Kawaguchi, we're playing in Vicky Kawaguchi's front yard in her driveway. So she better have a good game today or she will never, because you're not going to get more of a home court advantage than playing in your own driveway. You know, I always beseech my junior high basketball team to play in my driveway, but that never panned out. But Vicky's getting the opportunity today to dunk. And when I go to the DePaul basketball games, I got season tickets. I listen to the highlights after the game on DePaul's website, DePaul Athletics website. And for some reason, my game's slowing down on me right now. Hopefully this will stop, and it looks like I'm going to have to stop play, so I'm going to call a timeout here. And that looks like it was a foul on Randolph Glukert. So I'm going to call a timeout right now. And I can't call a timeout apparently until I start hearing the whistle again. And this is one of those episodes where my computer slows down, so I'll see you guys in a second after I reboot my computer. Well, after that little stoppage, we're back here. Not a good decision there by me. Back in Game 15, quarter 1 of Game 15, that is, against the Jammers, trying to keep them off their oh, and that is blocked by Stephanie. Who would have thought they would see that? Stephanie Morgan, great defender, getting up for the block. But anyways, had a little problem with technical difficulties. My computer's getting kind of old, but it's a great computer. It does me good. But it kind of slows down if I use it for a while, play a couple games. So I had to restart it real quick, and we're back at it, trying to take the Jammers out of the playoffs, dwindle their chances of getting. That's a long layup. So, and once again, I was talking about Dobbaguchi Arena, how it's cool. It's kind of like it's not a cul-de-sac, but up there it is. But the court itself isn't a cul-de-sac. The court is shared by both the Dobbs family, and that's short. The Dobbs family and the Kawaguchi family, including Kenny and Vicky. Ahmed puts it up, and that's short. I was trying to get for a 12-point lead there in the quarter. Shooting a not bad percentage. Definitely leading in turnovers and steals. So check out the health. I'm going to stick with this lineup just because I want to get the most that I can out of my weakest lineup that I could put together and see if I couldn't get a lead and then save my guys' energy, or at least my better players' energy for the end. Ahmed, watch out. You're getting in the way. And Stretch got two buckets in this game, I believe, so far. So that's just another cool thing about the backyard sports games is how they kind of they connect backyards of actual backyard sports players and put them in the game. And she is a pretty good shot there from outside. Like Ekman Akers and the original backyard baseball all the way up through 2003, and then the backyard soccer up through the MLS, or 2004 actually. Not in football, and then obviously we played at Smith Brothers Arena, or court, whatever it was, when Jocinda hit that awesome buzzer beater. Forgot who that was against. It was against the Scrubs, and that was a long two. Banked that one in. Get it into Stretch, and the long-legged guys going at it. Stretch has got some wheels today. Getting it past big semi-pro. Hey, you semi-pro? Stretch puts it in, getting us a 14-point lead. Jammer's not looking so good, and I'm trying to get some good games strung together because backyard basketball is one of those games where you can be susceptible to a loss in the playoffs in a series. Losing a series, that is. When you compare it to backyard baseball, at least, definitely backyard football, it's not as difficult to get knocked out in those games or it's more difficult to get knocked out in those games compared to this one, just because of the level of play of the computer. So we better not get in some slowdown action again. I don't think we are. I'm going to call a timeout, though. And I'm going to sub in some new faces. Put Vicky in at the guard, and then we're going to put Jocinda down low just because Stretch has been playing quite a bit. Not that he doesn't have more energy than Ahmed, it's just I want to spread the wealth. And Jocinda's taking it to the hole. She's got a mission. A woman on a plan. The dunk. Oh, and that's blocked. Randolph Glucker, get that out of here. Trying to get that to Vicky, and we're going to set it up top. I'm going to try to run a little clock at a huge lead. Might as well run a little clock. And thankfully, there's no 5-second violation where I did not advance the ball, because I was going to burn this clock. Oh, and they actually poke it away. What a surprise. And that's not what you want to see. It's not a good combo of events. And that's a steal for Jocinda. Time to run out more clock. Get it ahead to Ahmed. Get her filling up the stat sheet. Assists, boards, points, steals, whatever you want. Stephanie's got a block, and he goes flying into the garage door. You saw Dante Robinson in the opening movie for this game shooting here at Dobbaguchi Arena. I don't know how he got on this court. Maybe he's friends with the Kawaguchis. They're pretty nice people. The Lins, the Vicky Lins, and that's a bullet. Maybe they're friends with the Dobbs. I don't know. He seems like he's a pretty amiable guy. And she lays the reverse layup in. So he was shooting here. I don't know how that developed. And this is a blowout. Maybe I can defeat my record, break my record, keep them under 17 points. And who did I do that against? 2 games ago. Gym Rats, that was. The Municipal Gardens. And Jocinda's dribbling the clock out. 5 seconds left, 4 seconds, 3 seconds at the buzzer. Jocinda lays it up and one. Great combination turn of events there for us. And her free throw is up, and it rolls over the front of the rim. The clock starts, and we go ahead 31-4 to end our first technical. It's an old school 3-point play, I guess. But we have a 31-4, 27-point lead drubbing going on right now. So I'm going to stick with this lineup. I don't want Stephanie and Vicky to be in the lineup at the same time. It's because I don't like to do that type of thing, and that's not a good start to the half. But Vicky steals it right away I don't know how the Jammers have started the season 8-7 or played through the season at 8-7, considering how poor that they have played against me. They were a lot more of a threat in the first time I played. I don't know if it has to do with them subbing out Pablo Sanchez. That was a big mistake on whoever their coach is. That's a foul. She's got 11 points. But Pablo Sanchez played considerably more against us in the first meeting with the Jammers. Obviously not to be seen here in Game 2 against the Jammers. We could see them potentially in the first round of the playoffs unless they do the same NBA thing. Or no, excuse me, not the same MLB thing or an NFL thing where you can't play a team from your own division regardless if your seed tells you to in the first round of the playoffs. You can in the NBA, as the Bulls played the Pacers, who are both in the Central Division in the NBA last year, which I don't really have a problem with. If that's who your seed is, you should play that team regardless if they're in your division or not. And Ahmed goes flying in. I don't know what he decided to do there. He didn't go for the layup. He's almost in double figures, which is kind of a lot for Ahmed. You got it. And they get the ball in. Vicky gets a steal. And it's time for us to run out clock a little bit. And I don't know what has happened to the score. It was like the LA Lakers against the Portland Trailblazers a couple nights ago. The Trailblazers only managed 7 points in the first quarter. I don't know how many the Lakers had, and it was like in 1976 or 84 or something. I couldn't remember what year it was exactly. The Lakers got ahead of the Sacramento Kings 29-0 to start the game. It ended up being only a 13-point difference at the end of the game, but still that is a huge difference to start. And it's a huge difference right now, middle part of the third quarter. So I'm going to sub in now. Take a couple seconds off the clock here. And probably put in stretch for Ahmed. Keep that rotation going. I'll put Stephanie in up top. And might as well reward Jacinda with a couple more minutes of playing time. So get it out to stretch at midcourt. And that ball is not going to be secured very well. Trying to set the rub action, the little screen by Stephanie Morgan up top. Stretch takes it to the hole. He puts it up, and it goes in. Our second opportunity of the game for the old school, the original three-point play. Can we convert it? And yes, we do. We're knocking our free throws down a little bit more regularity here as we go along throughout the rest of the season. And that's trying to get a steal there. We do get a steal eventually. Pablo Sanchez is not to be seen. Stud Pablo Sanchez, for some reason, is left out of the action for, looks like it was the past 3.5 minutes at least. Maybe even longer. I forgot what transpired in the second quarter. We'll get it out to Jacinda at top of the key. I'm going to have her run out the clock a little bit. Not too much, though. I'm kind of being selfish right now. I want to see a lot of scoring. Even though I want to shut them out, I still want to see us putting a lot of points in. And finally, no, they're not making the decision. They're still keeping Pablo Sanchez on the pine. A big mistake in my eyes, and that's knocked out. No, it's not. Stretch just loses the handle. And hopefully we're not going to be having a timeout for each stoppage of play like we had in the, against the Gym Rats in the Municipal Gardens. That was a pain in the bosom. So get Jacinda up ahead. Nope, not working out for me. Randolph Glucker dials it up, and that's 2. And looks like we are going to have a timeout for each stoppage, or at least a substitution. So they haven't used the timeout yet, which is strange to see. Must be a glitch in the game. And I'm obviously not going to shoot until I dearly have to, because I don't want to be having a timeout, and I don't want you guys to be sitting here, because it's a lose-lose for us. It's a lose-lose for them because their coach gets a dry mouth, and it's a lose for you because you have to sit through a bunch of timeouts. So Jacinda puts it up. Can we draw iron? And we do, as the shot clock buzzer sounds. Are they going to put in Pablo Sanchez? They do, but unfortunately they're not going to get much out of him for the third quarter, at least, as the buzzer sounds, and we're heading into the final quarter of this game. So 44-6 drubbing, 38-point difference in this affair. And it looks like I'm going to end up having my 2 point guards in the game at once. I've seen worse things happen, and Ahmed is going to have to be placed at center, kind of a misfit there. But I think he's got a little bit more height on Stephanie, and that's stolen right out of the hands of Stephanie Morgan. Stephanie Morgan, a good defender, not having a good day there. And it looks like we're getting slow down action again. So I'm going to have to get the ball and call a timeout and then restart the game up again. I don't know what the deal is today. You're just going to have to bear with me through this slowness. And I got the steal there. I'm going to call a timeout before it gets too far ahead of me. And then I'll see you guys again in a second once I get this thing rebooted. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that does seemingly never end. And we throw it out of bounds, which is not a good thing. So we're just trying to kill clock now before my computer shuts down again. We're not battling against the Jammers anymore. we're just battling against time. We're battling against my computer. And things are still a little slow because I just turned my computer on. Sometimes it gets like that. So hopefully you can ignore the not so good quality and kind of annoying stopping and starting of the game right now. And that is knocked away. Vicky recovers, and we're going to dribble this ahead. I'm just going to kill clock. Honestly, I'm not concerned whatsoever about scoring, and I'm somehow out of bounds. Get that ahead to, is that Eric LeBeau? I don't know. It's Robbie Cano, don't you know? And I could get ahead, and I could make them cry by the score, but I'm too generous. And Stephanie dribbles into traffic. That is not a good place to go between two defenders like that unless you're D. Rose. I don't think Stephanie is D. Rose. Maybe she's Rebecca Lobo. Swin Cash. Lisa Leslie. Oh no, Lisa Leslie is on a different team. Is she on the Monsters? Can't quite remember. So I'm just going to shoot it now. Might as well. Shot clock's getting low enough for me. Noted. And we got a 40-point lead. Ooh, my goodness. We won by, was it 39 in the biggest slaughter of the season against the Gym Rats. They aren't much of Gym Rats. And these guys aren't much of jammers. And I did some jamming against them the previous game. Stephanie Morgan. 2 feet, down, planted, one arm up, through the leather, through the iron. So it's dribbling out the clock. Hope you guys have enjoyed the season so far. I have as well. It's gone better than I kind of expected. I expected to lose 1 or 2 more games, especially early on in the season with some of my barn burner type games, and then somehow knocked out by Vicky Kawaguchi. I'm going to definitely score with Vicky next time I get the opportunity, just because I want to get her up to her average. Ahmed with the steal. Stephanie's getting guarded by Pablo. Maybe it wasn't the smartest decision. Pablo's quite the athlete. And unfortunately, I'm not going to go to the rack right now. I was going to dribble around a little bit. Hey, we're a team. And Pablo's a fast son of a gun. Backcourt violation. Well, it would help if there was a timeline on the court. There isn't a mid-court line on this court, which kind of is annoying and very limiting, very frustrating as a player. And definitely not against, not following regulations. I would assume of the BBA. So 48-6, 8. We've whatever you would say. We've 8 times their score equals ours, which is quite sad. It's D3, D1 action right now. Although a couple years ago, local area college, Wheaton College, almost beat Northwestern Wildcats, who are still searching for their first NCAA tournament appearance. But they are a good team this year. But it was a couple years ago when T.J. Parker, Tony Parker's brother, was on the team that this happened. And we're waiting. That's right. Vicky takes it to the hole. Can we get 50? And we do. And I believe that's her 10th point, 12th point maybe. Pablo dials it up. Whoa, at the buzzer. Off the front of the rim. What a event that would have been to close the game. They would have brought him in double digits. It doesn't, though. We keep it with a measly 8 points. 50-8 drubbing. Jocinda Smith, MVP. I'll let you listen in.
For the player of the game, Jocinda MVP Smith. All right, one last question. The great Daryl once said nothing means nothing, but it isn't really nothing because nothing means something that isn't. Do you agree with this philosophy?
Our team gave 110%, and we came out on top.
The cliches.
All right, we out like lint in a belly button. And remember, kids, drink 110% juice. It's 110% juicerific. Well, I got to get home for dinner now. How about you, Sonny?
That's all, folks.
No comment, apparently.
This is Sunny Day. We'll see you next time on the BBA Broadcasting
And
Network.
Stretch actually reached somewhat of a milestone. 5 assists in a game. About time something like that happened here on 2/22/2012. Mark your calendars. Next year we'll be celebrating at this day. So hopefully you can, hopefully we can improve on that, build on that with Stretch, and he can come through for us in the final 3 games of this regular season and in the playoffs. So we're a 14-1 start. See how the Sneakers did. They got knocked down by the Melonheads. Apparently the Melonheads had the tiebreaker there. Jammers look like they're going to be in the playoffs, and it's just a scrum for the remaining 4, 5, and 6 seeds. Even 2 through 6, it's highly competitive. It's a little bit more freed up, I think. Maybe not. It's even more competitive in the Driveway Conference, so we'll see how this unfolds as we go along in the rest of the regular season. That'll be interesting to watch. Thanks for watching part 15. Game 15 of our season, 50-8 drubbing. Even greater of a drubbing than that previous game against the Gym Rats. See you guys next time. Game 16 at home against the I know they're division leading. I don't know what division they're in. Conference leading and division leading, Metro division leading Hammers. See you then.